It's game week for the 2014 high school football season. Welcome into the Recruiting Roundup, brought to you by Shamrock Farms. That's Jason Jewell of Scout.com. I'm Jared Cohen. We bring you the latest in Arizona high school football recruiting year-round. First commitment that we didn't get to a couple weeks back, Jason, because we were doing the Daily Dozens. Nathan Eldridge announces that he's going to a Pac-12 school.
Yeah, he committed to the University of Arizona. Now, Nathan's been known as a defensive lineman, but the U of A, they went down to his camp. He was the MVP as an offensive lineman, and the staff there, Coach Mihalchek, the O-line coach, thinks that he's going to be an offensive guard. So that's what he is committed to the U of A as. It was his biggest offer, BCS. He told me that he loved the coaching staff. Picks U of A over offers from Montana, Air Force, NAU, and UC Davis.
So congrats to Nathan. The big news right before the start of the season. Some offers to get to, all coming from Mountain Point, who are on their way to Vegas this weekend, but some offers that have trickled in over the last couple of weeks for some of their top players.
Yeah, their star running back, Paul Lucas, got his 10th offer from Kansas State. Nick Carmen continues to blow up. The big offensive tackle is offered by University of New Mexico, and then the defensive tackle, Bruce Hester, was also offered by the Lobos.
And the Pride, the state champions in Arizona, they're starting their season in Nevada for the second straight year, taking on a Reed High School team that looks to be pretty talented.
Yeah, the Mountain Point's touting themselves are ranked in the top 25 in the nation right now. You know, breaking in a new quarterback in Garvin Alston, but he has one of the best offensive lines in the state, led by Carmen and Davis Parrott at the tackles. But expect a very heavy dose of their running game behind that big offensive line to settle in Alston with Lucas and Brandon Leonard and transfer Tyreek Cross. I expect Mountain Point to pound the football.
The other game going on in Vegas this weekend, it'll be on Friday night. Bishop Gorman looks to get redemption after losing to Mountain Point last season. They take on a young but up-and-coming Brophy team that's making the trip.
Yeah, I like some of the young talent that Brophy has. Ryan Velez at running back. The quarterback, Cade Knox, is a talented player, and we all know about their defensive end, junior Connor Murphy. Very, very talented group. But when you talk about talent, Bishop Gorman is one of the best in the country. In fact, they're ranked number 1 preseason. So, they have a very good tight end, and Alize Jones, who's committed to UCLA. They have one of the top linebackers, in the West Coast, and this is a very talented team that Brophy's going to have their hands full with.
And then let's now talk about the games locally here this weekend, Jason. Some great ones on the docket. What we like to do is we like to pick out a couple throughout the high school football season and spotlight some player matchups or prospects facing off within each game. Let's start Southeast Valley, Queen Creek, and Poston Butte. This should be quite the rivalry moving forward as Paul Morrow begins his first coaching tenure with Poston Butte, but you're looking at the running backs in this game.
Yeah, if you like old school, pounded, smash mouth football, this is the game to go to. Queen Creek's Weston Barlow rushed for 2,300 yards last year and 32 touchdowns. Absolutely ridiculous season last year. And then Poston Butte has a very good one themselves in Brandon Hatfield. Rushed for about 1,200 yards. Very good matchup right there.
The other game we want to spotlight, a great matchup this time in Jason Jewell's specialty, the trenches. We go up north to Sandra Day OConnor, who's taking on Hamilton, the defending state runner-ups. Great matchup in the trenches between a left tackle and a defensive end.
Yeah, this is actually the game that I am going to go to this week. I'm looking forward to it. Left tackle Jamison Pruitt from Sandra Day OConnor going to have his hands full. Hamilton has some very talented defensive linemen, but Caleb Pert, the defensive end, committed to Vanderbilt. That's going to be a great matchup. I'd like to see the trench warfare. Good matchup in a good game.
And earlier this summer, Jamison Pruitt committed to NAU. He was the first local prospect from the Valley to commit to Northern Arizona, who's done a great job recruiting locally. A couple other great games going on. Week 0, Liberty and Ironwood Ridge. It's the rematch of a shootout that happened last year. It was an exciting game that saw Ironwood Ridge come away the victor at the very end. And also a great game in the Southeast Valley. Another one, Williamsfield taking on Sholo, who's making the truck into town. That's it for this week's edition of the Recruiting Roundup, sponsored by Shamrock Farms.